Marcus sat in the corner of the corporate boardroom, watching as his colleagues competed in a verbal gladiator match. While others shouted their ideas over each other, desperately trying to claim credit for every minor contribution, Marcus simply observed. His notebook remained closed, his mouth stayed shut, and his mind absorbed everything like a sponge soaking up water. The meeting had been going on for 2 hours, and nothing substantial had been decided. Tom from marketing was explaining his revolutionary campaign strategy for the third time, while Sarah from sales interrupted every few sentences to add her own amendments. The room buzzed with noise, but Marcus recognized something that escaped everyone else. Beneath all the chatter, there was absolutely no substance. The loudest person in the room is often the weakest person in the room, Marcus remembered his grandfather telling him years ago. The old man had built a multi-million-dollar construction empire without ever raising his voice or wasting words on empty promises. When the meeting finally ended with no clear decisions made, Marcus walked quietly to his desk. While his colleagues continued their animated discussions in the hallway, he opened his laptop and began working. Within 3 hours, he had drafted a comprehensive proposal that addressed every concern raised in the meeting, complete with data analysis, projected outcomes, and a detailed implementation timeline. The next morning, Marcus sent his proposal directly to the CEO. No fanfare, no office politics, no lengthy explanations. Just results. 2 days later, the CEO called Marcus into his office. "I've been watching you," he said, gesturing for Marcus to sit down. "While everyone else talks about what they're going to do, you actually do it. That proposal you sent me? It's exactly what we need." Marcus nodded quietly, waiting for the CEO to continue. "I'm promoting you to department head," the CEO announced. "You'll be leading the team that implements your strategy." The news spread quickly through the office. Marcus's former colleagues were stunned. How had the quietest person in the room suddenly become their boss? They had dismissed him as shy, unambitious, perhaps even lacking in ideas. They couldn't have been more wrong. Marcus understood what many successful people throughout history had discovered: silence is a source of great strength, as Lao Tzu once wrote. While others exhausted themselves with endless chatter, Marcus had been accumulating power through careful observation and strategic action. His first team meeting as department head was unlike any the company had seen before. Instead of talking for an hour about his vision and goals, Marcus spent the first 45 minutes listening. He asked each team member specific questions about their challenges, their ideas, and their concerns. He took notes, made eye contact, and gave everyone his complete attention. When he finally spoke, his words carried weight because they were few and purposeful. "We're going to implement the strategy one outlined in my proposal," he said calmly. "But I want your input on the execution. Think about it tonight, and we'll reconvene tomorrow with your specific recommendations." The transformation was remarkable. Within 3 months, Marcus's department had exceeded their quarterly goals by 40%. The strategy worked not because Marcus talked about it endlessly, but because he had spent time understanding the real problems and developing real solutions. His success didn't go unnoticed. Industry publications began featuring articles about his innovative approach. Conference organizers invited him to speak at leadership seminars. But Marcus remained true to his philosophy. When he did speak publicly, every word mattered. He never used 10 words when 5 would suffice. "The most powerful person in the room is often the one who says the least," became his signature quote, repeated by business schools and leadership coaches across the country. Marcus's story resonated because it challenged everything people believed about success and leadership. In a world where social media had convinced everyone that visibility equals value, Marcus proved that substance trumps noise every time. His grandfather's construction company had been built on the same principle. While competitors made grand promises and flashy presentations, the old man simply delivered quality work on time and under budget. His reputation spoke louder than any marketing campaign ever could. As Marcus reflected on his journey, he realized that silence hadn't been his limitation, it had been his greatest asset. While others revealed their strategies, weaknesses, and insecurities through constant talking, Marcus had learned to listen, observe, and act with precision. In the end, we will remember not the words of our enemies, but the silence of our friends, Martin Luther King Jr. once said. Marcus understood this differently. Sometimes, the most powerful statement you can make is no statement at all. Success, Marcus learned, wasn't about who spoke the loudest or most frequently. It was about who listened the deepest and acted the wisest.